Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is really exciting for me. It is a Goodwill bins haul, also known as Goodwill outlet haul. If you've watched this channel for a while, you probably know that I used to almost exclusively source at the bins. And so a lot of my hauls in the early days were from the Goodwill bins. And I loved it, and I still do. But I stopped going December of 2019. So that was a few months before COVID hit. And I think the main reason I stopped going was I burned myself out when I was trying to do the mystery boxes or the reseller box swap that I was doing for the holidays. And it was becoming less enjoyable. It was becoming more of a chore. And I burned out. So I took a break, and then COVID hit, and then it became a 13-month break. So I decided to give it another shot. I knew that they had changed some rules. So at the end of the video, I will share a few of my thoughts on the new experience versus the old experience. And I know that's not for everyone because not everyone shops there. So I do want to get into the haul. It is a disclaimer. I did 2 different batches of shopping times because they do have new rules. So I went from 8 to 10. I left about 30 minutes early, so I was there for an hour and a half that round. And then I was there from 11 to 1, which was the next 2-hour batch. And again, I left about 45 minutes early. So between the two, I was there for approximately 2 hours and 45 minutes to get this stuff. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But if you are new to the channel and you like reselling content, specifically around Poshmark and eBay, definitely feel free to give me a subscribe if you want to see more videos. And if you like Goodwill bins hauls, and if you want to see more of them, if you want me to go back more on a regular basis, definitely hit the thumbs up. I've missed going and I've missed sharing the finds. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to start with probably what was in the thumbnail. So I will just say this was not a great bins day for me. I used to go all the time and it was hit or miss, always. But I did find one really good thing. I don't find this brand very often. I'm actually wearing this brand. It is probably my favorite brand to find, to wear, to everything. And it is Patagonia, and not just any Patagonia. I will say I will not pick up every Patagonia, and I'll explain in a second. But something like this, I will almost always pick up, even at regular thrift stores at full price. Even if this was $10, I would have picked it up. But this is a full zip. This is the Retro, I believe it's the Retro X fleece. So this has a hood, it's got zipper pockets, it's a full zip, and it's just a really fun print. This is actually a size large, and you're probably thinking, Courtney, what are you, crazy? Why are you not keeping it? Like you love Patagonia. Certain styles of Patagonia aren't necessarily for me. And I know myself well enough to know that I would probably have this in my closet. I might wear it 1 or 2 times, but it wouldn't be a staple in my wardrobe. So I'm going to sell it. And typically I don't keep a lot of stuff that I thrift for myself if it is a high dollar value. So here's the Patagonia tag. It's women's size large. And this, I actually didn't list it. I'm going to list it right after filming this because I didn't want it to sell before I got the video done because I wanted to show you how excited I was about this. But it seems like it's in excellent condition. This was actually wrapped in a couple of blankets. And that's the really crazy thing about the bins is that if you spend some time and dig through things and kind of sift through things, you can sometimes find some really great things. But when I found it, it was mixed in with some blankets that were kind of a hot mess. I saw this, I saw the material, and I was like, that can't be. And sure enough, it was. There's also stray hair. Anyways, so I'm not sure on the comps because I haven't actually listed this yet. I am guessing I'm probably going to get between 75 to 100 for this. I just need to see this print. But because it's a size large, because it's a very desirable style, and it's in great shape, that's kind of the range I'm thinking. But so really excited about that. Moving on. Also, when I say that I won't pick up everything Patagonia has a lot of dresses, has some basic tops or tees that don't have logos on them. They make an assortment of clothing. And what I have found is if it's the outerwear, some of the vests or the jackets, some of the fleeces, some of that kind of stuff, it's a very consistent seller for me. Some of the dresses and tees and even some pants or leggings, those typically, especially if they don't have a logo showing, they don't really do as well for me. So those I might still pick up at the bins, but I wouldn't pick them up at a regular thrift store. Just my own personal experience of kind of getting excited to see the brand and then kind of flopping on reselling certain items. So, but outerwear, I'll always pick up. Okay, so this one, I have a few things here that I haven't listed on top. This is a pair of Lululemon. I did find a couple Lululemon items in this bins trip, which some people like to wear gloves at the bins, and I, especially during COVID, am not gonna knock anyone for, you know, doing anything that makes them feel safe, but I have never worn gloves at the bins. I probably never will. And one of the reasons is because I can feel things, and there are a couple things that I picked up this day that if I didn't have that touch of an item, I probably would have just sifted through it quicker. And at Lululemon, some of the items have a distinct feel. So that's, I think, sometimes why it gets passed up is if you don't see the logo immediately, you might just, you know, throw it away or pass it along. But these I thought were really cute. They're full length leggings. The downside, I've done a couple rounds of stain treatment and I can't seem to get it out. And I'm not sure if it's really going to pick up here. It looks better. It looks better. But basically the rear, this is the back side where the logo is. It looks like someone sat in dirt a number of times and it just kind of looks a little dirty on the rear. I did just wash it again and kind of soaked it a number of hours. And so, I mean, I can still kind of see it. I don't know if you can, but I'm just gonna note it. I'm gonna try and sell it still. I still think it's faint. I would wear them as is. And yeah. And also these don't have a pocket or any sort of size that I have been able to find in any of the typical Lululemon spots. So I'm gonna have to kind of guesstimate. I think these are probably a 6 or an 8 if just looking at it as a guess. But so yeah, so even with the kind of rear faint marks, yeah, I'm still hoping to get about 20 or 25 for these. So we'll see. This I also did a little bit of stain treatment and I think it, well, I think it kind of messed things up a little bit more, which is fine. It's still sellable. It's still Marmot, which is a great outdoor wear brand. Another brand I love to wear and sell. So this is just a lightweight jacket. It's Marmot. Now, because there was a small spot, I decided to soak this, but what ended up happening, I don't know if you can see on the inside, it did, I don't know if the soaking was just too much on the material, but it kind of made a few spots on the inside. That's just the inside lining, so I'm just gonna note it. This is a size medium, and it did get the spot out, at least from what I can see. So I'm gonna get this listed. It's kind of a great 3-season jacket, so I'm guessing I'll probably be able to get, even with that lining issue, probably about 25 to 30 for that, but I still need to run comps. This is the last item I still need to list tonight. And this one I washed, and I must have washed it with something with a lot of lint because the lint was all over. So this is actually a jumpsuit, or what is it called? Oh, overalls, coveralls. Sorry, I'm blanking. So these are a pair of coveralls, which I actually don't find too much of, and it's kind of still a trendy style. I saw the tag and I was not familiar with this in any way, shape, or form. I hadn't seen anyone pick it up. I did do a quick search when I was there, noticed that it is a store in Los Angeles, and this is still for sale retail for just under $300. I couldn't find any listed or that had recently sold. So I decided to give it a chance because it is the bins. Now I did do a quick lint roll, but I need to do it again, especially because I've just been dragging on the ground, but it seems to be in good shape. I just wanted to give it a really good wash and it just collected all the lint. So I need to lint roll it tonight again and get some pictures of it. This is a size C, which I'm really not, so I'm gonna have to look at their size chart. If I had to guess, it would probably be a size small, but I'll get that listed. Because it retailed for $300, but there's none listed. I'm not sure how quickly something like this is gonna sell for, but I'm gonna give it a shot because I think it's a really trendy style. It seems to be in good condition other than the lint that I created. And yeah, so we'll give it a go. All right, I did this Goodwill bins, doesn't have a lot of shoes right now. I did ask them about that. Usually they would do shoes in one rotation in the middle of the day. And I asked them when I was there, are you guys doing shoes anymore? And they said not at this time, but they did have a few scattered. And I did see some hiking boots. And if you see right here, it says Gore-Tex. And as someone who likes to do a lot of hiking, Gore-Tex is a really great material. And it's typically a sign that it's a well-made boot. I did not recognize the brand. So if you can see the brand right there, it might be pronounced Meendl. I can't remember which country this is from, Germany or something. Anyways, these are probably a $300 pair of hiking boots, and they're worn. They do have the little Vibram thing marking at the bottom. They're worn and they're pretty tiny. These are a size 5, so pretty tiny. However, I just listed them, noted them. Some of these in really great condition are selling for between $100 to $200 on the resale market. In condition like this, I'm expecting probably somewhere between 40 and 50. I don't know what I listed these at. Did I list these at 49 and I'm expecting 35-ish? Maybe. Anyways, but they are a little heavy to pick up at the bins because you are paying per pound, but I like hiking shoes. Gore-Tex is a really great keyword, and I thought I'd give them a shot. All right, jumping into, let's see, I'll do the other couple Lululemon items. Now this had a tag, not a new tag, but it had a tag that was connected to this little thing. And it seems like it was a tag for a consignment store or something like that. It definitely seemed pre-owned, but it was marked. And I saw a few of these tags in other bins. So maybe a business went out of business, a store went out of business. Anyways, but it did say on the tag Lululemon, and that's actually what caught my attention. So this is I listed this a few days ago, so I already forgot the name, but it's just like a shawl or a wrap. Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I'll try and put it on the screen if I can remember. So anyways, when I saw it on the tag, I was like, yes, I'm picking that up. Then I went to go look for the logo, which is down here. And then you can see the tag right here, which is just one size fits most right there. Now, this is one that I did try some stain treatment and I was not successful. There is a faint spot. I'm not sure if you can see it right there. I tried my best. I could not get that out. Now, I took photos of this. For me personally, I would flip it and I would wear it this way because it's such a faint spot and the style doesn't really lend itself to being one way or the other. It just means that the logo would be on the front versus the back, but I don't think that's a big deal. I think it's a great basic item, especially if you just want to throw on to and from yoga or any sort of, class. So anyways, even with that spot, I'm still hoping to get probably about 25 to 30. So, and then this is the third pair of Lululemon, or the third item from Lululemon. This is actually nice. I don't think I've ever sold Lululemon with the pockets, but I also will pull up the name of this item because I did do a little bit of research on Lulu Fanatics. It looks like this is I think this is a 9-inch rise, so it's kind of a mid-rise. It's got the pockets, has the logo on the back, if you can see it. And this is kind of a cropped length. And now that I'm just noticing, there is a little bit of, I've already listed this, but I can just snap a quick photo. That just looks like it's a little bit of a string that I just need to trim off. But otherwise, they seem to be in good shape. So this style seemed to be pretty popular, especially with the pockets. So I listed this pretty high. I'm actually expecting somewhere between 40 and 50, depending on how long it sits. This does have the size in the little back pocket, and it's a size 4. So, all right. I thought this was kind of cute. Then when I got home and I looked up comps, it's probably not going to bring in too much, kind of like a lot of Anthropologie items for me, but I do like the full zip. It's kind of the side zip. It's got pockets and it's kind of a nice cream color, textured, but it's Angel of the North. And the reason I really liked this was it's a size large, which is absolutely awesome. But I put this on the size 6 mannequin and it worked. So I would definitely say it's a little fitted for a size large, or you could probably wear it as a size medium and it would look great. But yeah, no spots, which is always surprising when I find cream at the bins or white or anything like that. So this is another item that I could tell immediately by feeling what it was. So again, it's a reason I don't wear gloves, but this is Barefoot Dreams. I know the tag is a little bit weird. Barefoot Dreams, this is the Cozy Chic Light. And when I looked up the style number, this is the long cardigan. Now, a long cardigan was the name of it, but it's actually not that long. It's just kind of basically past the tush. I know I said tush on my last video and someone was like, I haven't heard that word in forever. But it's got these front pockets. There's no belt or anything like that. It's just kind of an open cardigan. The color is kind of a beige with like a hint of light pink. And it's a size large, which is great. So I actually priced this one a little bit higher than I typically do Barefoot Dreams. I also got a number of comments, which I haven't kept up with comments as much as I would like to. But the reason I don't list Barefoot Dreams on eBay, I've talked about this in a couple videos, but I will explain again. So I got an email from a law firm that was representing Barefoot Dreams, and all they were asking for was proof of purchase. So some sort of receipt to guarantee that the item I was reselling on eBay was in fact authentic. And because I had purchased it at a thrift store, I ignored their first email, and then they emailed again a week later. And to be perfectly honest, I'm sure I could have asked questions, but I just don't really want to waste my time, especially because I sell on 2 platforms and I can sell this on another platform. I just decided to remove it from eBay, and just to be safe, I don't list my Barefoot Dreams on eBay. Now, I have sold some successfully there, but when that happened, it's just easier for me to just not deal with it. I know some people said that they've gotten some emails like that, kind of pushed back and never heard back. Who knows? To me, it's just not worth any sort of hassle. So I put my Barefoot Dreams on Poshmark and not eBay. So hopefully that helps explain that. And with that one, I started it at 59, so I'm expecting hopefully somewhere between 40 to 45 for that one. All right, this was a brand that a new brand, or a new tag that I had not seen before, Go Gently Nation. It looks like they've got stores in a variety of places. They do have a store in LA, but it's just a shirt dress, black, very lightweight. It's organic cotton. Sometimes when I see tags, the material tags, and it says organic cotton, it usually means I'm going to look it up if I don't know the brand. But it's a size extra small. It's fairly basic. A lot of their stuff on the website looked fairly basic, so I don't have any experience with this brand. The comps were a little inconsistent. I think I started this about 29 or 34, so I'm probably expecting somewhere between 20 to 25. But we'll give it a shot. It's super lightweight, so it didn't cost much. All right, this was another new brand for me. And what I did learn about it was she is known for her cardigans, which that is not what this is. But Charlotte Tarantola, I'm not sure. This is absolutely adorable. It's just a cute V-neck, sleeveless blouse. But what I love is at the bottom, this is all beaded. This whole thing down here. I just love the little pop of colors. The material tag was cut out. This part on the front feels like maybe rayon, and this part on the back, well, it could all be rayon, to be honest. It's 2 different material feels. This I think is probably a cotton blend. This part is probably a rayon blend. So anyways, there's no size or material tag. I think it probably runs about an extra small based on measurements. So I just included that like I always do. It's still a really cute blouse, so. All right, this is Lafayette 148. It's very hit or miss brand for me. It's very expensive retail, but I just kind of like this because you can put it under a cardigan, a blazer, you could wear it out, wear it to a career job. I love the draping in the front, and anything velvet is usually a win for me. This is a size 6, and it is rayon silk blend. So I just kind of like the color. Where'd we go? What happened here? Anyways, so with this one, I'm probably expecting 25-ish is my guess. All right, I will move on to something that I destroyed. This is a vintage Levi's denim jacket. And just to show you how bad I destroyed it, that was me. It was pretty beat up beforehand, and I really wanted to give it a good soak and a good wash. I'm not sure how I ended up messing up a couple of items, but I did. It's fine. This is a heavier item. It's the button front. It is made in USA. That's pretty much the only thing I can read on the material tag. Also, this tag is shredded to pieces, but you can see where can we see it? The Levi's right here, and the material tag everything's worn except the Made in USA. But it's just a really nice denim vintage jacket, except this happened in the wash. I think it did have kind of a bit of a hole there and then it just blew up. So to be perfectly honest, some people really like destroyed. Someone could probably stitch that back together. I don't know. I'm gonna try and still sell it. You know, yeah. I put it on the mannequin so they could kind of see it like on something. If I could get 15 to 20 bucks for this, it is a heavier item at the bins, so I definitely paid more for this than other items, but yeah, we'll see. All right, this is Intimately Free People. And it's a cute little dress. I don't know if I showed this already. It's a size small, extra small. And this all on the sides, it's all very stretchy. But I thought this was really cute, kind of spring and summer dress. So little zipper accent, which is always nice when it's kind of the more floral print. But with something like this, Free People, I don't get too much. For most items, something like this, I'm expecting about, 20 to 25, but it's a cute one. Here's another Free People dress. This one doesn't have the size tag, which I knew, but I thought, well, maybe if I can get it on the mannequin so we could see it compared to a certain size. My mannequin is a US size 6. So here's the little Free People tag, and you can see the part that's cut off. It is cute. It's like a kind of a skater dress or fit and flare, but it's got the little lace accents around the waist, and then the deep V with the lace, and then lace on the sleeves. So, and then lace on the bottom. It is lined on the bottom, which is kind of nice, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So anyways, it does fit the size 6 mannequin. It was a little snug, so I would say it's probably a better fit for a US 4, but I like black lace. It's one of my favorite things to wear if I have to wear a dress, so I'm drawn to it. But all right, I got a couple of Madewell items. I know I talked about Madewell in the last video that I don't typically pay more than $1 or $2. It is a place I'll pick it up at the bins where it's pretty cheap. Some Madewell items I have sold for a higher dollar amount, but I would say 90% of the Madewell items I find are kind of basic tees or blouses, nothing too exciting, and they typically don't sell well for me. Usually around 15 to 20 at best. So that's why I don't pay too much for most Madewell items. Now, a pair of Madewell shoes, if they're really in really great shape and a trendy style, I'll pick up and pay more for. A really nice coat. I've sold a Madewell coat for over $50. So there are some exceptions, but a lot of the Madewell I find are just blouses and tees. And so, yeah, this is the texture and thread line. Size medium, absolutely adorable. Fun little pop of red, kind of a Spanish flair. That one probably 15 to 20. This, the tees I typically always leave behind, but this was a size XL, and I don't find that size as often. This is just a little crew neck tee. It's got the front pocket. It's a little bit cropped style. Something like this, I'll probably only get 12 to 15, but I picked it up because it was a good size. And then I think this is the last Madewell item. No, one more. I actually picked up this identical top at $1. I paid $1 or $2 for it a couple months ago. I still haven't sold it, but it's also been winter. I think this is a size small. The other one I have is a size medium that's already listed. So it made the listing really easy because I could just sell similar. But I think it's a really cute little summer style with a pair of shorts, very easy to wear. So that one I'll probably only get about 15, but it's cute. And then this is the last Madewell item. Again, I also picked this up because it's an extra large. It's the texture and thread. This does have a small pull, so it's got a front tie, it's long sleeve, it's ribbed, but right here on the front, I don't know if you're gonna see, there's a small little pull in the fabric, and I can't find a way to like put it back through, so I'm just noting it, and because of that, I might only get 12 to 15 for this, but it's cute. All right, a few more items. I do not pick up a lot of children's stuff, but the bins is a place where I will pick up more children's stuff because it's all mixed together. So I don't typically go to the children's section of a thrift store, but in the bins, everything's just mixed together. So if I feel something that feels like good fabric, this is, I believe, a viscose fabric. And so it felt nice and I liked the ruffles. And so I decided to take a look. I'm not familiar with this brand, but Louis and Louise, or Louis Louise. Size 8 for kids. It's a cute little, I don't know if this is a dress. I think this is a little mini dress, short dress, but it's got buttons down this side, the ruffles. It's adorable. And yeah, this probably retailed for about $100. The resale value, I'm expecting somewhere probably about $25 for this, which is not bad for a kid's item. So, and some of them did sell for more. Yeah. All right, I think the last few items are men's. This is a Tommy Bahama. This is one of the reversible sweaters. I've sold this sweater a bajillion times. So it's kind of a slightly different color on the inside and quarter zip. This one does have, some of the reversible ones, they've already taken the tag out. This one, they clearly didn't wear it. My dog is outside barking. But this is a size XL, and I'll probably only get about $20 for this. But, you know, a lot of guys do still like to wear Tommy Bahama. So, yeah. Okay, sometimes I sit on my knees and then I forget that 10 minutes into a video or filming, my legs will fall asleep. So, all right. This is a men's brand that I am not familiar with. It's not a high resale value, but it was new to me, which is called Published Brand. And to be perfectly honest, I feel like maybe I found this a long time ago and sold something from this brand. It kind of looked familiar, but I'm not sure. Anyways, they're joggers. I like picking up joggers for men and women. This is also just kind of a nice gray color, gray wash color. Now they are very tiny. Some people were listing this brand under women's, and so I thought maybe this was women's, because it's size 26. However, when you go to their website, I'm getting the like tingling feeling in my legs, that really uncomfortable feeling. When I went to their website, they didn't sell any women's items. So just a very small men's pair of joggers, but it's fine. They're cute. Probably only get about $20 for that, but I like selling joggers. I've sold a number of this Lucky brand. This is the Venice Burnout Tee. I sold them in long sleeve and short sleeve. I will probably only get about $15 for this. However, they're usually very lightweight, so I will occasionally pick them up at the bins. I really like this color. It's kind of, now that I'm looking at it in this light, it definitely looks like more of a tan, but it kind of has a green, hint of green to it. We all know how I feel about green. So I just like the color. It is a size small, but I just like these tees, so. And then the last Lucky item, sometimes when I go to the bins, I pick up stuff to make the time worthwhile. I can't find Patagonia for every item. And so Lucky is one of those things that if it's lightweight, if I like the style, if I've had some decent luck with that style, I might only get 15 or 20, but yeah, it just works for me, kind of filler stuff. So Lucky brand, this is the Western type of flannel. And the reason I like to pick these up for men is because it does have the pearl snaps. And so it's a keyword. I probably will only get about 25 for this, 20, 25 for this, but yeah, it's just a consistent seller. All right. And the only, two flawed items. One I get to keep. Actually, both I'll keep because I wear a lot of t-shirts, but they have holes and they're not worth enough for me to sell with holes. But this is All Saints. It's just a men's short sleeve tee. This is a size large for men, but I can definitely wear it. I like the color, so I'll probably wear this with some shorts over the summer, but it does have a hole somewhere. To be honest, I'm not gonna be able to find it, but it's there somewhere. So that's a keeper. Fortunately, it's lightweight. This one is Patagonia. It's a size large, so maybe it was the same owner as that jacket. But this also has a hole back here on the back of one sleeve. And because it's my size and because it's kind of a cute style, I can wear this on, you know, some of my adventures. And it's just easier. I wouldn't be able to get too much for this. If it was good condition without the hole, I probably would have only gotten about 20 to 25. That's kind of where I say, like, I would not pay, you know, $5 or $6 for this at a thrift store, even though it's Patagonia. But at the bins, I would have picked it up, or I did pick it up. It's just not really worth it for me in my size to sell it with that hole. So those two are my flawed items. Other than that, now I will talk about the difference of the Goodwill bins now versus what it was like before. So they just a couple weeks ago announced that Los Angeles, a couple of the Los Angeles bins locations were going to do a different, and to be honest, I wasn't there in the early days of COVID. I did get messages from some of my reseller friends to share how it was going for them, but they now give these little plastic, I think I took a picture. So if I took a picture, I'll insert that in to show you, but it's just a card that you get. Now, what they said is if you get there at 7:30 a.m., which keep in mind for me, it means I'm leaving at about 5 in the morning, leaving my house. And that gives me plenty of time to drop off my dog at daycare and then get to the bins. And I didn't know how busy it was gonna be at 7:30 in the morning. So I left my house at 5, dropped the dog off, and got there about 10 minutes before 7:30. And they were handing out these cards, and it said 8 to 10 on it. So I got that. I decided to go sit in my car. Now, some people were lining up, like sitting outside, and I'm not quite sure why, because a lot of times when it was the early days of the bins or normal days of the bins, you were waiting in line so that you could get a cart, because not everyone would be able to get a cart that they would allow in. But now that they've restricted the amount of people, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a cart. So maybe it's because people have their favorite bins that they want to get to right away. I'm not sure, but I sat in my car. So when I saw them letting people in, I had my little 8 to 10 card, I went in. And to be perfectly honest, I saw a lot of people that wanted to wait for the next time slot, which was from 11 to 1. So they're doing 8 to 10, then they take an hour to clean and rotate bins, and then they have another batch of people come in from 11 to 1. So it's 2-hour increments with an hour in between break. And I think probably people know that those first bins are probably from the night before and probably picked over. So they were lining up when we were going in at 8 for the 11 a.m. cards. I don't think I would get there that early for 11 a.m. because I still got an 11 a.m. card when I was leaving close to 10 a.m. So I don't know. Maybe some days are different. I went on a Tuesday or something like that. So maybe the weekends are different. Now I saw a lot of the same regulars and I saw almost all the same employees. And after 13 months and having been somewhat of a regular at the bins, it was just such a, I don't know. I mean, I know we're all wearing masks, but you can see who people are. It was just such a comforting feeling. I don't know. It brought back these feelings of like, I'm home or something. I know the bins aren't for everyone, but for me, it's just a true treasure hunt. And you find something like that Patagonia and it makes the entire day. And there's a lot. So the first 2 hours, the first time slot definitely felt picked over. But then I went back in at 11 and it felt picked over. I think because when you are a bins person, you like when they bring out those fresh bins when you're there and everyone goes a little crazy because you know it's probably usually new product. And you can have that one bin that it's just like, yes, I want, 10 things in this bin, which rarely happens unless it's just a really good bin. So will I go back? Absolutely. I needed the break when I originally took the break, and then COVID hit and it just made the break so long. And then it was just, I have all these other spots that I shop at. And I just didn't know the right time. It's also still COVID, and but they have it, no one's at the same bin at the same time. Everyone is respectful. Everyone's wearing their masks. Everyone's like, if there's an empty bin, you can walk up to it. If there's someone at it, you leave it alone. So I definitely felt like I was keeping my space from everyone. And because people have to leave every 2 hours, it feels, they definitely have less bins in there. You can kind of get through all of them in that 2 hour period. And now I will say a little pressure of sorting because you don't really feel like you have all day to kind of sort through baskets and stuff like that. But I will probably go, not every week like I used to go. I used to be pretty religious about every week. Now I'll probably go every couple weeks to pop in. And I don't know if I'd spend the whole day there because for me to go in for 2 hours with the same bins for those 2 hours just feels a little, I don't know. And then you can always go to like another nearby thrift store and come back for the next time slot, which is what I did. I did hope, or this was my original plan, was go from 8 to 10 and then ask for a card for like the 3 p.m. spot or the 2 p.m. spot. I can't remember. Yeah. So that I could go to a couple other thrift stores in between, but they weren't doing it that way. They were just giving the next time slot. So it definitely was really well organized and everyone seemed to know what they were doing and everyone was respectful of space. So I would 100% recommend it if you've been a little nervous about going. And this is only LA. Every Goodwill in different areas is run by different nonprofit organizations. So, you know, what we're doing in LA might not be happening in other parts of the country, but it was fun to get a few good items and just to be back in the thrill of just digging. And there's so many bad bins. That's the kicker for me. That's what, like, I guess because I have such fond memories of some of my best thrift finds have come from the bins. And then you go and you start digging, you're like, I didn't get anything for the last 4 bins that I've looked at. Like, it's just nothing worth my time. And so it really is work. And I applaud everyone who's a bin shopper, because you're bent over, you're just moving, shuffling stuff around. And it is a lot of work, but you just need a few good finds. And because you're paying, our bins are $2.20 something per pound. So a little bit on the higher side. But the average of this broke down to about $2 per item. Not as cheap as Dollar Day, but most Dollar Days I buy regular price things anyway. So it, you know, brings it more to like $3 per item on average. But yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to share my experience. And will I go back? Yes. If you go to the bins and I see you, don't get too close, but maybe wave. Because that is one of the fun things about the bins is a lot of resellers in a very small area. And so typically I will see people. So don't be afraid to say hi if you see me. I might have my headphones in, so you might have to just, you know, but anyways, I hope everyone's having a good day. I have a couple more hauls that are coming. I also might do a video of how I price things. I've gotten some questions around how I do my pricing and how I decide on what to price things at. So I'm thinking about doing a video on that. We'll see. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.